Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about something that I think all of us on this journey run into at one point or another, and that is how to have faith and trust, and how to actually build faith and trust when it feels like it's just not quite there yet. Because I think for so many of us, and this absolutely used to be the case for me as well, we hear all these beautiful concepts that we're the creators, that we're not victims of external facts, that nothing is being imposed on us from the outside. And we do believe them, at least mentally we believe them. We understand that we're the ones creating our experience. We understand that the source or God or our higher self is responding to our assumptions and inner state. But when it comes to actually living from that place and applying it in real time, in our real life, that's where the gap shows up. We say we trust, but deep down, we can still feel that we're not really trusting. We're still trying to manage everything. We're still waiting for the external world to give us permission to have what we want. We still feel like there's something out there that's calling the shots and that we can't change what we're going through. And we feel like this because the way physical reality is structured is extremely convincing. It's set up that way. The facts around us seem very solid, very fixed. We have research, science, logic, history, and a whole lot of social agreement telling us this is how things work, this is how things are, this is what's real. And that's fine when the reality you're living is one that you actually enjoy. If you're loving your life and everything is working out, then by all means, trust the facts. But what happens when it's not working? What happens when there's something in your experience that feels painful or limiting or stuck? Well, that's the moment where we need to take the opportunity to loosen our grip on what we think is real. That's the point where we're called to stop putting our trust in the facts of this world and instead start putting our trust in the source of those facts. Because the truth is, the facts are not the cause. The facts are not the ultimate truth. They're just the output of a deeper setup. They're the projections, the manifestations, the physical expressions of what's happening at another level, at that invisible, creative, inner level that we often talk about here. And if you're watching this, you probably already know that. You probably already have some understanding that this unseen level exists. But you might also be feeling like, okay, I get that, but I'm still not really living from that place. I still don't know how to trust it fully. I still get pulled back into fear and doubt. And that's okay, it's normal, it's human. But here's what I want you to understand. Faith isn't a concept you think about. It's something you practice. Just like strength. If I say I'm strong, the only reason I can say that with confidence is because I've lifted heavy things. I didn't become strong by only ever picking up feathers. And in the same way, I didn't build up the confidence of knowing that I'm a powerful creator by having a life that only contains sunshine and roses. The way I became aware of my power and confident in my ability to use it was by stepping into the situations where something challenged me and coming out on the other side of that challenge stronger than I was before. And this is where a lot of people misunderstand the path of conscious creation or manifesting. They think that once they're doing it right, nothing challenging will ever happen again. They want to get to a place where life just gives them feathers. Soft, light, manageable feathers. But here's the truth. If all you ever had to deal with were feathers, you'd never know how strong you are. You'd never grow into the kind of trust that says, no matter what shows up, I know who I am. I know what I'm choosing. I know that I am the creator here. Faith is built in the moments where you don't feel certain. It's built when the facts are shouting at you that it's not working, and you choose anyway to stay rooted in the deeper truth. You don't ignore what's showing up. You don't pretend it's not happening, but you stop letting it define you. You stop letting it decide for you what is or isn't possible. You start to see that everything that is happening is just feedback. It's information. It's showing you something about your current assumptions, nothing more. And from there, you can shift, you can realign, you can soften your grip on the story you've been telling and choose to lean a little more into the story that you prefer. Not because you feel certain, but because you're choosing to trust that your higher self, the creative force within you, is guiding every step, and it knows exactly what it's doing. So if you want to grow your faith, don't look for ways to make everything in the outside world be easy. Look for the muscle that's being developed every time you choose to trust in something higher, something deeper, something more true than what the facts say. Remember, you didn't come here to avoid challenges. You came here to remember who you are in the middle of them, to wake up, to take your power back, and to start creating life from the inside out, instead of reacting to what's showing up. So trust isn't about waiting until everything looks good to believe that it's working. It's about taking ownership and daring to take things where you want them to go. It's about choosing to take that step, to jump into the unknown, and to decide to trust in the unseen, over and above what the facts are showing you. It's choosing to believe in your vision over the story that seems to be playing out physically. It's by daring to do this that you establish your faith. It's not something that you can do only in theory. You do it by allowing yourself to take that step into a reality that isn't physically visible yet. When all the voices from the current reality are screaming at you and telling you, "What are you doing? That's not possible. You're crazy. You're delusional." And you go ahead and take the step anyway. And then when you see the new reality start to form around you, when you know that none of this existed before, that's what cements your faith. Because you will know what you did, and you will know without a shadow of a doubt that you caused this. But you have to experience it to know it. It really isn't something that you can only know in theory. And so, in a sense, you have to take the leap before you have faith. Because it is the act of doing that which then establishes that faith and cements it in. And to be clear, in my experience, this most definitely isn't a one-off, take the leap and everything falls into place kind of thing. Sorry to disappoint you, but being convinced that you're now in a reality that just a moment ago you were convinced that it isn't possible to move into doesn't happen overnight. At least it didn't. In my case, definitely. The pull of that old reality is very, very strong because it's very familiar, because you've been dwelling in it for a very long time. And so shifting out of it and into the new reality takes persistence. You most likely will keep falling back into the old reality at first. But if you keep making that decision that, no, you are no longer staying in that old reality, you are moving to the new one now. And you keep bringing yourself back to that. Then the more you do that, the more that new reality will start to solidify. And the more the old reality will start to fade away and disappear. And that is how you build up faith. Not by doing some technique and expecting it to happen all at once, but by deciding that this is how you're going to live from now on. This is how you're going to operate. This is what you're choosing to trust in. You're no longer going to let yourself be thrown around by the facts of this world. You're going to start trusting in the real source over and above everything else. And you're going to keep practicing this until it becomes second nature and you're doing this automatically. That's how you do it. That's how you build up your faith into something that allows you to achieve absolutely anything. And that allows you to take things where you want them to go, no matter what shows up around you. So if you're in that place right now where it feels like you're trying to trust, but you're still scared, still unsure, still waiting for some kind of proof, stop waiting for the world to confirm anything to you and just make that decision. Choose to walk forwards on this new path. Right now, you're standing at that borderline where the old story is still loud, but the new one is beginning to whisper. And your job now is to listen to that whisper, to keep choosing it, even when it's quiet, even when it feels like a risk. This is how real faith is born. It's not born in the comfort zone. It's born in the moments when you say, even though I don't have all the proof yet, I am choosing to trust anyway. That's where your power is. That's where the shift happens. That's when reality begins to reorganize itself around the new story you're choosing. So keep going. Keep choosing the reality you prefer. Keep choosing to identify with the creator that you are rather than the character in the story. You don't need to get it perfect. You don't need to never feel doubt ever again. But if you can make the decision right here, right now, that you're done letting external facts dictate what's possible for you, and that from this point forwards, you're going to trust the deeper truth, no matter what, then everything will start to change. Maybe not all at once, but steadily, powerfully, and in ways that will amaze you. Guaranteed. Because you are the one creating all this, and everything is forming itself based on what you are choosing. And so if you do this, then success is inevitable. It cannot be any other way. And it's incredible to experience it. There's nothing like it. And it's completely available to you. So go for it. Don't hold back anymore. Jump into this world where you're able to take things where you want them to go at will every single time. And then enjoy seeing how beautifully everything starts to form itself around you in the most perfect and effortless way imaginable. Do it. I promise you won't regret it. Okay, and on that note, that is it from me for today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.